the unlikely hero of home brewing. How a retired mailman brewed a revolution with wild fermented beer. In a world constantly in search of the next big thing in craft brewing, the story of Jim, a retired mailman from a small town, serves as a reminder that sometimes innovation doesn't just come from professional breweries with state-of-the-art equipment. It comes from the heart of someone's backyard, where curiosity and a love for beer spark a revolution. Jim's discovery of wild fermented beer didn't just alter his retirement plans. It stirred the craft beer community, challenging seasoned brewers and enthusiasts to rethink what they knew about brewing. This is the tale of how an accidental discovery turned into a wild fermentation frenzy, crafting flavors that were once deemed impossible. The backyard discovery. Jim's journey into the world of wild fermentation began with a simple yet unexpected experiment. After retiring, he devoted more time to home brewing, a hobby he'd enjoyed for years. One autumn evening, a batch of his beer was unintentionally exposed to the open air, becoming inoculated with wild yeast and bacteria native to his garden. Instead of discarding what he presumed to be a spoiled batch, Jim, driven by curiosity, decided to see the fermentation process through. Months later, what emerged was a beer unlike any other he had tasted. It had complex flavors, with notes of fruit, spices, and a pleasant tartness that balanced the beer's natural sweetness. Jim had unwittingly stumbled upon the ancient art of wild fermentation, a natural process where the environment itself inoculates the brew. The science of wild fermentation. Wild fermentation is a testament to the power of nature's unseen forces. Unlike traditional brewing, which relies on cultivated strains of yeast, wild fermentation invites a diverse microbial community to participate in the fermentation process. This diversity not only creates a unique flavor profile, but also introduces a range of probiotics into the beer, making it a healthier option. Wild yeast strains, particularly those from the Saccharomyces family, and beneficial bacteria work in harmony to ferment the beer, a process that can't be replicated in a lab or a brewery. Embracing the wild. For those inspired by Jim's story and interested in exploring wild fermentation, the process is surprisingly accessible. Here's how to start. Go natural. Choose a brewing location that allows your brew to interact with the natural environment. An open window near a garden, or even brewing outdoors, can introduce wild yeast and bacteria. Keep it simple. Start with a basic malt and hop recipe. The complexity of wild fermentation comes from the yeast, not the ingredients. Expect the unexpected. Every batch of wild fermented beer is a surprise. Flavors can vary widely depending on the time of year, the weather, and even the local flora. Patience is key. Wild fermentation takes longer than traditional brewing. Allow your beer to ferment for several months, tasting periodically to observe the development of flavors. The impact on craft brewing. Jim's accidental foray into wild fermentation has ignited interest among home brewers and professionals alike. His story highlights the importance of embracing the unexpected and the value of local biodiversity in crafting unique beers. By sharing his method, Jim has encouraged others to experiment with wild fermentation, contributing to a richer, more diverse craft brewing landscape. Boundless possibilities. Jim's story is more than just a tale of accidental discovery. It's a reminder of the boundless possibilities that lie in the natural world around us. As the craft beer community continues to explore and embrace wild fermentation, we're reminded that sometimes the best innovations come from the most unlikely places. Let Jim's journey inspire you to open your windows, let nature in, and see what unique brews you can create. After all, the next revolution in craft brewing could be fermenting in your backyard right now. Craft your health, cultivate your life. Dawn. Visit our website for more inspiring success stories and inspiration.